Learn to say no to your friends. You know, when you're in your 20s, one of the toughest things to do is to say no, especially to your friends, right? Your friend could be calling you, and then you might be, I can't say no. I gotta pick up and say yes, and talk to them. And then you might listen to them talk and talk and talk and yap and yap and yap, or they might invite you out to the bar, or to hang out. Something simple like grab maybe coffee at a cafe, maybe grab some lunch, maybe go out for dinner, maybe go bowling. All of these different things, and you feel like you are obligated to say yes because after all they're your friend. And they might say, oh come on, like just this one time, or you don't hang out often. Or it could just be as simple as, like I said, them calling you. And the problem with that isn't necessarily the act of going out with them, right, or answering that phone call, but it's what leads after. For example, today I was on a roll, right? I finished all my schoolwork. I did a lot of work. I recorded my outbound and I sent it on LinkedIn, a lot of videos, to get up my online coaching business up and running again. And I was on a roll. I delicious dinner, super healthy. Yet, towards the end of the night, I got a FaceTime call from one of my closest friends who I love dearly. His name is Vern. And I picked up the FaceTime call, and he was just talking about how his brother was some family stuff, okay? But I stayed on the call the entire time through, and it's like I felt obligated, and I was just like, "Ooh, my friend's calling. Let me just see what's up." FOMO. But then what led after that it kind of led into us playing Clash Royale, and we played like 10 Clash Royale games for the heck of it. Right? It was so stupid. And now it's 1:07 a.m. I gotta be up tomorrow today in 3 hours by 4 a.m. Less than 3 hours at 4 a.m. to train my client. And it's like, Peter, what are you doing? Right? But it's just crazy because one decision to answer that phone call led into this. Because and here's another thing to know. When it gets later in the night, in the evening, your willpower and your decision-making ability, it gets so much worse because you already used it for the entire day to get shit done. But then as the day goes on, it gets harder and harder to say no. And so I think what I'm gonna do from now on, because this channel really is all about being better daily, right? And so what I think I'm gonna do is, moving forward, once it gets past a certain time, like 10 p.m., no more calls. Like every single call, I just decline. I say, hey, can we talk tomorrow early in the day? Because I just can't afford to keep sleeping late, waking up early, getting no sleep, and then taking a fat nap throughout the day, or just feeling like shit and not getting any work done throughout the entire day. So something has to change, and the biggest thing is just saying no. And I realized that my sleeping habits are because of stuff like this. It's me saying yes to shit I shouldn't say yes to. It's me saying yes to going home and spending time with my brothers and playing Clash, Brawl Stars, and like staying up late with them or eating out with them late, like my family, right? Or it's me hanging out with some friends, or it's me scrolling on YouTube, like, or me going on a call. Like, man, I would be so much more successful if I just slept on time and said no. I would get so much more work done because I'm energized, and I would also have more time to fit in to actually do the work instead of sleeping throughout the day or just feeling like shit and tired. And so, I don't know, I feel like this has been a pattern in my life, and I just really never thought about it that hard. But this has got to change, because if it doesn't change, then my life won't change, and I'll just be in this really bad situation. And I want to make it. Like today, I forced myself. I was like, I don't care how late I have to send the outbound messages, but I want to send these outbound messages. And I sent 50 selfie videos, 50 in one sitting. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna get it done. And so I did. And so, more of the story today is learn to say no. And learn to say no to your friends, especially your friends and family, because they don't know what you're going through. They don't know what you want to achieve. And even if they do, they don't know how much you want it. And if you really want it that bad, then you'll do everything you can to create your environment that is conducive to you achieving your goals. And I'm kind of stupid, like I should have done that, right? But I didn't. And so, like I said, ground rules, moving forward, unless in this emergency. Well, even then, if it's really that big of an emergency, call 911, right? So moving forward, anything past 10 p.m., decline. I think that's the best way to go about it. And no scrolling, no YouTube, no nothing past 10 p.m. Period. Because I want to win, guys. Like, I really freaking want to win. And when I tell you I recorded 50 videos, I recorded more than 50 videos because there are takes that I didn't do, right? So that's pretty much it. But one thing I will say is that I really recommend this book. Really recommend this book. Heavily recommend it. It's 38 letters from John D. Rockefeller, okay? And each letter has like a theme to it, right? Like one of my favorites is do it now. Opportunity comes from opportunity, which basically says take like freaking action. And there's just so much more. Mortgage for the future, basically borrowing and lending, or just borrowing money is a great way to become rich, right? Because you're leveraging something that you don't have to get more, to have more. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today. That's today's lesson. It's nothing too crazy. It's simple to say, but extremely hard to do. But I do know that once I can conquer this, like, who's gonna stop me, right? So with that being said, I'm extremely sleepy. I gotta be up early tomorrow by 4 a.m. So in about maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes. So just remember, be better daily. Really ask yourself, like, how can I be better tomorrow? And for me, being better tomorrow means, like I said, declining every single call that comes through. Just putting my phone away at 10 p.m. Yeah, honestly, just put my shit away at 10 p.m. And go to bed. So with that being said, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or evening, whenever it is. Feel free to hit the subscribe button to follow along my journey. And just if you're ever feeling lonely or if you ever need inspiration, I don't know how I'm inspiring at all, but just know that you're not alone, right? So hit that sub button and have a beautiful, blessed day. And remember to be better daily. This is the PLOG 1.56, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.